our session. Food. We all agree that food is an indispensable part of our everyday lives. We know about the essential nutrients, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats that are required for our optimal growth and good health. Not only is food just something we need, for most of us, eating is a source of pleasure, and it plays an important role in festivals and celebrations in cultures around the world. Unfortunately, not everyone has access to enough food. There are currently around 800 million starving people in the world. How do we produce enough food for everyone? What methods can we use to get the most out of a limited amount of land? Different crops are good sources of different nutrients. Cereals such as wheat, rice, maize, and millets are good sources of carbohydrates. Pulses like gram, peas, and lentils are good sources of protein. And oil seeds like sunflower, mustard, sesame, and groundnut are good sources of fat. Vegetables, fruits, and spices contain vitamins and minerals, as well as varying quantities of carbs, protein, and fat, and are vital for good health. Different crops grow in different climatic conditions. They require different amount of sunlight and rain for their growth. Crops that grow in the rainy season are called kharif crops. Examples of these are soybean, maize, and cotton. They grow from the months of June to October. Crops that grow in the winter from November to April are called rabi crops. These includes wheat, gram peas, and mustard. How do we increase crop yield without a huge increase in the amount of land we use? Better farming practices are crucial to bringing this about. Farming practices can be divided into three stages: seed selection, nurturing of plants, and protection of growing and harvested crops. Thus, we need to find ways to improve upon these areas of farming to achieve higher yields. Crop variety improvement involves finding a crop that can produce a good yield. Varieties of crops can be selected by breeding them for desirable traits like disease resistance, product quality, and high yields. Hybridization is a technique that involves crossbreeding genetically dissimilar plants. Plants can be crossbreed between varieties, species, or genus. New varieties of crops are selected when they prove to produce higher yields and can grow in different conditions. Farmers need to be provided with good quality seeds, seeds of the same variety that germinate under the same conditions. Cultivation practices and crop yield are related to soil quality, availability of water, and weather. Since weather conditions can be unpredictable, varieties of crops that can grow in different conditions are important. Here are some important factors to improve the variety of the crops. Higher yield. To increase the amount of crops produced per acre, improved quality. Different qualities like preservation qualities of fruits and vegetables, protein quality in pulses, and oil quality in oil seeds should be improved to obtain maximum benefits from the crop. Biotic and abiotic resistance. Crop production can go down due to biotic stresses like diseases, insects, and nematodes, and abiotic stress like drought, heat, waterlogging, and frost. Resistance to these stresses improve crop production. Change in maturity duration. The less time a plant takes to grow, the more profitable it is to the industry. Farmers can grow multiple rounds of the crops each year. Since the crop grows faster, less resources are required to produce them. If all the crops matures at a uniform speed, harvesting becomes easier and can be done with less losses. Wider adaptability. Crops that are modified to have wider adaptability can then be grown in varying climates, thus ensuring more crops and wider availability of the crops. Desirable agronomic characteristics. Some desirable characteristic increases productivity of the plants like tallness in fodder crops and dwarfness in cereals.